It's 1 a.m. You're lying in bed, sad, tired, frustrated. You're staring at the ceiling, wondering how everything managed to go sideways. And then, psst, hey, what if we reactivated Instagram? Nah, we have deactivated and reactivated it hundreds of times. This never ends well. I mean, you're right, but we could really use some scrolling right now. Fine. Just this once. Yeah, sure. Just this once. After 5 minutes of scrolling, and out of nowhere, life feels completely fine. Whatever was driving you crazy, totally gone. Well, congrats. You just got hit by dopamine. And before you roll your eyes, I'm actually serious about the congratulations. Because you just triggered the same chemical reward your ancestors got from hunting down a meal for their entire family. You got a feast-level dopamine hit from watching a cat fall off a shelf. Most people think dopamine is the pleasure chemical, something your brain releases when good things happen. But here's where it gets interesting. Dopamine isn't actually about pleasure. It's about anticipation. It's the feeling of something good might be about to happen. The craving, not the reward itself. A 1984 study by neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz found that when monkeys expected a reward, dopamine spiked even before they got it. The expectation was the hit. When the reward actually arrived, barely a blip. That's why you open Instagram, get bored, close it, and open it again 30 seconds later. Your brain isn't looking for the content, it's chasing the spike that comes from not knowing what you'll find. And here is a fact that will ruin social media for you forever. Or maybe just make it make sense for the first time. The infinite scroll was designed by a man named Azar Asken. He has since publicly apologized for it. Why? Because before infinite scroll, there were page breaks. You would reach the bottom of a page and have to actively choose to load more. That small friction was enough to let your brain catch up and ask, do I actually need more? Remove the friction and you remove the decision. Now your thumb just keeps moving. Not because you're choosing to, but because your dopamine system is running on autopilot, chasing the next uncertain reward. It's the same mechanic as a slot machine, the most addictive reward pattern known in behavioral psychology. Not guaranteed rewards, unpredictable ones. Skinner, who's an American psychologist, showed this in the 1950s with pigeons. Pigeons who got food on a random schedule pressed the lever far more obsessively than those who got food every time. Slot machines are literally built on this principle. So is your For You page. And now, here's the part nobody talks about. Every time you flood your brain with cheap dopamine, reels, TikToks, whatever, your brain notices, and it responds by lowering your baseline dopamine level. This is called dopamine downregulation. Your brain is trying to rebalance. If you're going to keep firing the system constantly, I'm going to reduce sensitivity to protect you. But then comes the result. The things that used to bring you joy, reading a book, going for a walk, having a real conversation, start to feel flat, boring, simply not worth it. It's not that those things got worse, but your dopamine system got recalibrated to only respond to super stimuli. Artificially engineered, endlessly optimized content that no natural experience can compete with. That feeling when you pick up a book and can't make it past one page, that's not laziness. That's neurological. Your attention system has been hijacked. And now let's talk numbers for a second, because these hit differently once you understand the mechanism. The average person spends around 4.7 hours on their phone every single day, and we check our phones about 58 times a day, and probably many of those checks may not even begin as a conscious decision. The average attention span has dropped from around 2.5 minutes in 2004 to just 47 seconds today. And after just one distraction, it takes about 23 minutes to fully regain your focus. We are not just using our phones anymore, we are training our brains to expect constant stimulation. And here's the thing that most digital detox advice gets wrong. Willpower is not the solution. You can't outdiscipline a system that was engineered by thousands of engineers, behavioral scientists, and A/B tests running 24 hours a day. Saying just use your phone less is like saying just stop being hungry. What actually works is restructuring the environment so the path of least resistance leads somewhere better. Here are 3 things that science actually supports. The first one is dopamine fasting. Not the meme version. Just 24 to 48 hours of intentionally boring activities. No social media, no scrolling, no music. It resets your baseline, so smaller things start to feel rewarding again. 2. Add friction, not restriction. Log out of apps after every use. Delete them from your home screen. Make your brain do one extra step. That tiny barrier is often enough to break the reflex. 3. Replace, don't just remove. Your brain needs dopamine. That's not changing. The question is where you get it. Exercise, create things, learn a new skill. All of these produce dopamine, just more slowly and more lastingly. Andrew Huberman calls this building a dopamine economy. Being intentional about which activities you spend your dopamine seeking on, and protecting the high effort, high reward ones. And at the end, this is what I want you to take from this. You're not weak for struggling with this. You're not lazy. You're not someone who just needs more discipline. You are a human being with a simple brain, living inside a system that was specifically designed to exploit it. These kind of conversations, like the one we started with, that happens to everyone, every single night. The point is to know what's happening and make one small change at a time.